In some of the oldest tales of Japan, there exists a myth of evil creatures. They have persisted throughout the centuries to embed themselves in classical folklore, books, proverbs, and even modern media. But what are these dark beings? And where do they come from? In today's video, we're going to be going over the Oni. Oni are the famous demons or ogres of Japan. They sit in the class of Japanese creatures called yokai, or mysterious calamities. They are the entities of cruelty and punishment that exist in one of the many Buddhist hells. There's quite a few variants on what Oni actually look like, but generally they're depicted as blue or red in colour, with a head of messy hair encircling a number of very sharp horns. In their mouths they have long, deadly tusks, and on their hands their fingertips are emblazoned with nightmarish claws. If that wasn't enough, it's common for some Oni to be given strange and unsettling traits to up their scare factor. These special cases are portrayed with an unnatural number of eyes, or fingers or toes. Oni are enormous in size, standing taller than the tallest man can ever be. They are immensely strong, and they're ferocious beyond equal. It's common for Oni to be masters of sorcery as well, making them practically impossible to defeat. These evil beings wear pelts of deadly beasts as loincloths, and carry massive iron clubs named kanabo. A famous saying in Japan goes, "Oni with an iron club," as a reference to something made undefeatable when the right tool is used. Any considerably evil or cruel man may become an Oni. After death, the souls of the intensely wicked find their way to Naraka, or the hell realm of Buddhist theology. The truly evil among them find themselves in the service of Emna, who is the lord and ruler of Naraka. These souls are transformed into Oni. They're given their mighty iron clubs and then are instructed to deal out punishment to the lesser souls of Naraka. Oni crush the bones of these tormented souls. They flay the skin off of their victims and torture them with many other horrific and unspeakable acts. Naraka is filled with Oni, and these bloodthirsty creatures make up the legions and armies of Hell's generals. It is possible for an Oni transformation to take place in the living realm. It is in fact these Oni who are spoken of the most in legends and folklore, as they are obviously the most dangerous. Should a man be so evil that it is impossible for him to find any redemption in life, he immediately becomes an Oni and terrorizes the living. One famous tale tells of a man named Shoten Doji, a monk in training and suspected child of a demon who attempted to prank townsfolk at a festival. He wore the mask of an Oni and leapt from the darkness to scare them, but afterwards found he could not remove the mask. Shoten Doji sought the help from the abbot of his temple, who scolded him for his wickedness. His peers then mocked him for his ugliness, making his heart become evil and full of rage, like an Oni. Shoten Doji moved into the mountains, where he practiced dark magic and became more powerful every passing day. He kidnapped men and women to drink their blood and eat their organs. His growing power attracted followers to him, who also became Oni. Shoten Doji swore vengeance on everyone, and ordered his followers to attack the capital with ever-increasing frequency. The emperor was troubled by these attacks. He ordered his bravest warrior, Raiko, and his men to climb the mountain where the Oni lived and bring him back Shoten Doji's head. After Raiko eventually sliced off his prize, the head was said to still viciously bite at anybody who came nearby. This forced the warrior to bury the head outside of the city to stop it from causing trouble. The origin of the word Oni finds its roots in China, where its character derives from the term to hide or to conceal. It was originally used to signify any spirit or ghost-like entity. Quite importantly, it didn't explicitly represent something evil. Indeed, the modern-day character for Oni in China still has the same spiritual connotation. The concept of Oni seems to have been absorbed by Buddhism at some point in the past, and has over time evolved into the creatures that they are currently represented as. Modern-day Japan still has celebrations related to Oni. Perhaps most famously is the custom of Mami-Maki during the annual Setsubun festival. Setsubun takes place on February 3rd every year, just before spring, and it's kind of a pseudo New Year's Eve. The festival revolves around cleansing evil from the year behind, and driving away evil and disease for the year to come. Mami-Maki sees one member of the family wearing the mask of an Oni. The rest of the family cast roasted soybeans at them, yelling "Evil out, look in," just before slamming the front door in their face. That's it, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you're new to us here at Aspect History, why not check out some of our other content linked right here. You can keep up to date with the latest happenings on Facebook and Discord. I'm Circle Strafe, and we'll see you in the next video. Toodles!